This video was not sponsored by FromSoft's because their game is so good that I have emptied my pockets for them. Spent around 300 hours for the base game and clocked in 50 hours in their new title already. Yes, I am Miyazaki's strongest soldier.
I'm doing my part.
I also remember to leave a good review because why the fuck not? Elden Ring Nightreign is a standalone spin-off title to the series with the same name.
I think we might be related.
And by the series, I mean Elden Ring and Elden Ring 2, Shadow, died twice. Serving as the parallel universe branching out after the events of the Shat's Turing.
The great Elden Ring was shattered.
See, I wasn't lying. The game takes place in Limveld, an alternate Limgrave that is forever changing and constantly consumed by Battle Royale's best friend, the Circle.
What the hell is even that?
Canonically, it's called the Night, and the Night hunts down living beings,
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
creeping into every possible corner to extinguish the traces of life. The Night Lords are the ones responsible for this disaster, and it is your job as the Nightfarers in order to bring them down from their thrones, extinguishing these flames of hell and restoring peace to Limveld, so its subjects can live to see another day.
And why in God's green earth are you so rude?
While also killing you the moment they spot you walking out their blind spots. I mean, these motherfuckers can sense you from miles behind your back anyway. This is a short summary of Elden Ring Nightreign, the game people thought was a Monster Hunter ripoff, but turned out to be a boss rush with RNG.
Finally, the real thing rears its ugly head. This time we cannot miss our mark.
We must charge ahead before the winds change. I ask myself how I'm still alive.
How long I've waited for this moment.
Now I'm ready to get my hands dirty.
The night is nothing to be afraid of. It is only the setting of the sun.
We'll slay this Night Lord yet.
We gather here at the Roundtable Hold of Nightreign, which shares major resemblance to that in the base game.
Got the smell!
But instead of meeting with
Gonna
names
steal
that would
everything.
inflict some of the worst cases of PTSD down the line, I mean, she wanted to sleep with a dead body and gave birth to whatever this is. This one serves as a social hub for Nightfarers to gather and prepare for the fight against the evil forces that's trying to take over Limveld. No wonder it looks so poorly maintained. They ran out of budget replacing chairs. Nightreign also breaks the previous mode of custom-made characters to give us pre-made bundles instead, like how Reforged gave us another way to play Elden Ring. Talking about Nightfarers, 8 strangers thrown into a blender. Whee!
I'm fast. I'm so fast.
These unique talents, each with extraordinary appearances and exceptional skills, create unique combinations of trials that will surely drive the game to unexpected paths, while also ensuring victory is as close to the hands as possible. Though the part of how close is still debatable. I did not try hard for this. I'm just walking through here, man. Meet Berserker with a hook. Bird up. Sekiro, Alpha Man. My favorite mage. Hawkeye, Big Black Hammer, sassy lost child that somehow became this game's sole mascot. And Russian spy.
Я отрежу тебе яйца, если ты будешь пялиться на мои сиськи.
I'm not gonna dive into the details of their background story and how they ended up at the Roundtable Hold, since that would be spoilers, and the whole point of the game is to discover bits of lore on each character like you're on a treasure hunt.
They're having heterosexual sex!
But overall, for different reasons and through different purposes, all 8 faces have ended up in the same place, at the same time, and against the same enemy, which is the plague that scours the very soil they're standing on top. Each of them fights for a different reason, and rightfully so.
I want waffle fries.
But even though their origins deeply shroud the mystery, destiny got them at the conjunction, and they're gonna navigate through the journey ahead as a team. Every Nightfarer has their own strengths and weaknesses, and it fully depends on your own gameplay and preference to make them as good as you possibly can. No. Now that you're familiar with the cast, aside the NPCs and the punching bag, let's move on to the gameplay. At first, though it may seem weird for a Souls veteran, let alone a beginner, Nightreign features a game mode built specifically for multiplayer, While Suffering Alone, where you can drag someone else into it. And before you ask, yes, you can also play solo, but I wouldn't really recommend it, since the difficulty is still imbalanced after the patch update. Not that it would sway any Souls player, especially when someone already did a solo run pre-patch like a true psychopath. Correction, at this point, they already had multiple updates to balance the solo runs, by reducing the boss's HP pools, increasing the amount of runes you can acquire, and give more revival chances by making Waning Grace available in shop. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it, because I'm here for the diff and the pain. Bitch! Nightreign distinguishes itself from the general formula. Whenever you and your friend is ready for the pain and suffering,
Are you ready to die?
the host will initiate an expedition featuring 8 different bosses. Technically, you only have the first boss, Tricephalos, or the 3-headed dog, available when you're first starting out, and 6 more bosses will be available once you're finished. After 3 bosses have been cleared, you will have enough clearance to step into the final encounter.
Challenging me?
So there's something called you gotta be smart enough to proceed kind of thing. Anyway, shall we get going? Then you can get some rest.
I'm gonna be all up in those feet.
Wow, matchmaking completed. Oh shit!
A nice ball, you stupid bitch.
There's no fucking way. Oh my god. I died and everyone got booted out.
So cute!
Oh the
I cannot hold it in anymore.
I am done for your love.
What?
I got you, Sam!
It's alright.
You stupid
Huh? What the fuck is that?
Moose!
Stop right there!
Bro keeps jumping, bro.
What a wonderful time to be alive.
Move out of the way!
It's time to stop.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, like you wouldn't shove that sword up my ass. Surprisingly, the game shares some similarities to those found in Battle Royale, such as airdropping, a map region with a circle slowly closing up, separating the safe zone from hell on earth, and shitty RNG to make the game harder than it's supposed to. As if I didn't suffer enough in Genshin Impact. The game works using a 3-day system. For the first 2 days, you will have a chance to level up and scavenge for equipment to prepare for the showdown on the 3rd day. So, how to summarize the entirety of Nightreign in one go? It's a boss rush with a countdown. You will be randomly dropped at a spot, usually around the outskirts of the map. From then, you're on your own. To give credits where it's due though, there are many indicators to work with when you open the map. But for anyone who is not familiar with Elden Ring, or is a new player entirely, It's like trying to translate Epics of Gilgamesh.
Oh, you think you're all day? You're just a basic ass dog that came.
Bruh. Bruh.
I'm gonna stop trying to parry with
I'll beat the shit out of you.
Hey, chill.
Okay, thank you. Let's just assume you've already got your dream weapon, also with the right elemental type. Yes, I demand a blood sacrifice from my enemies, and apparently some overcooked flesh, because this thing's running on Infernal Flame for some reason. So after settling down with your favorite beating stick, now what? Keep farming.
Me bomba!
But you can't do this to me.
Think fast, Chocolate.
Right.
Action. Most.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better!
You've been a naughty boy, and I'm gonna spank you.
How about you?
Let your flesh be consumed.
That's pretty good.
The team might seem a little bit overpowered, but it's not like you're gonna do a single dent on the centaur that spams his projectiles like his bullet hell when you're still struggling trying to walk over the pussy dragon. I cannot hit him. Plus, you're gonna make sure you get enough buffs and bonuses, since compared to the other bosses appearing in this game, Night Lords are on such a level of bullshittery, it makes brain aneurysm a thing of the past. To answer for my crimes, I was sentenced to fighting a literal hellspawn with 2 other idiots. We are totally not done. The orangey part also plays a role in determining the locations of buildings on the map. Dungeons, encampments, fortresses, evangels, churches, mega churches, and more. You also have random bosses spreading over the area, with targets that are a bit tad harder to deal with but give you better drops. There's also this massive building dubbed Big Castle. What is in it? I don't know. Maybe there's a big fella on top of it, and a slightly smaller but still big fella living in the basement, while surrounding it are a bunch of mobs that may or may not turn your sweet time into living hell. Oh wait, what's that? Ah shh, it's time to go into the circle. I run away from my responsibilities by retreating into my comfort zone. The circle closes twice per day, and on the second closing, the team gathers under the roots of the Earth Tree. And it seems like a safe haven for you to get some well-done rest, at least until more little shit spawn in.
Hello again!
This will be a little test of courage and teamwork before you move on to the final boss of the day. Did I just say of the day? Yes, you have to do it twice before proceeding to the actual final boss.
Nope.
Also, a little tip. These mobs are unique to each boss, so you can identify and prepare yourself beforehand. Yeah, like that starter weapon's gonna help you at all. Finally, we get to the real fight. Such an enormous threat.
Why is it spicy?
No, I swear, it's really fucking annoying.
Well, 2 can play at that game.
Man, shut your bitch ass up! Punch!
Oh, fucking do it again.
Why you bullying me?
Practical nuke!
Ain't good.
What I do?
No, I missed!
Where are you go? Where are you going?
You're way too close!
Wait, How did that happen? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about a new mechanic, near-death status.
What?
It's when you run out of health, but you still have a chance to be revived. Players in this state will do jack shit, and can only slowly crawl in all directions.
Get the fuck up!
Seriously, it's snail's pacing. An icon will be shown, indicating the death circle slowly filling up, and the timer. Yeah, you think it's gonna be that easy? During that time frame, other players in your party can attempt to revive you by hitting you. I didn't know we took love hurts so physically.
I'm sorry, I mean...
If no attempt is being made to revive you, however, if the timer runs out, it's pretty obvious what's gonna happen. Each time you go down, the circle will be filled up by a third, and after 3 deaths, your circle will be whole. First time you die, it's not much work to bring you back to life, but when it's full, it becomes a test of absolute patience. When fighting the final bosses, the timer is disabled, since it's kinda pointless in doing so, and you're already shoved in an arena no bigger than Colosseum's PvP ground. However, if everyone is down, and assuming no one has wedding grace in the inventory, the fight will conclude in a defeat and the run will end immediately. I know, kinda sucks, but sounds like you just have
Skill issue.
Day 2 works the same as Day 1, starting after you finish beating Day 1's final boss, with the same established milestones and one major difference. You now gain map information of more dangerous targets appearing throughout the map. Like yeah, let's make it even less appealing. Again, bigger bosses mean better drops though, and better drops mean getting your hands on some cool stuff like Wither's Wet Dream, a ball that's not even supposed to be used by a normal human being, or some fancy back scratchers that are infused with Marika's secret love technique. Man, I also want some of that action.
For real?
You stupid!
Why you blocked me?
There we go.
One problem. Yeah, that's one problem. Holy. Oh wow, I'm alive! After building yourself quite an impressive portfolio, you conclude your time on Limveld. You will be sending your applications to what is considered Limbo, the place where the Night Lord resides and challenge is thrown, bringing an end to the wide-range stinky fart that's been trying to kill everyone. Before the final showdown, you get a breather at the Spirit Shelter, while also leveling up, improving your equipment, and saying your prayers, because this will be the last you get. Look at this massive door. Does it remind you of something? Like no kidding, it's just staring directly into my soul. Opening the doors, feeling the scent kicking into your nostrils, this Night Lord hasn't gone out of his lair for eons. Welcome to the Final Showdown! As mentioned before, the encounter is not something to scoff at. Much as you would like for it to be easier, it isn't. Whether or not you'll make it also largely depends on your readiness, just like any fight ever. I mean, this is Battle Royale Dark Souls, not Withering Wafers or Genshin Incel. Upon your first approach against Lords of the Night, they will be somewhat difficult to manage. And by somewhat, I mean dangerous entities on the scale of cosmic horrors or eldritch abominations beyond your human imagination. Attack patterns, environmental hazards, special mechanics, because whatever the hell this is not on my bucket list, and more. However, once your instinct and experience start kicking in, you will see that the bosses are still super fucking hard.
For real?
This is not to mention also, you're carrying the weight for other players who are down, or you're the actual weight. Even so, you find yourself in the process of learning and improving step by step, and eventually, with a lot of patience, a set of skill, and a bit of luck, you will prevail in the end. Also, during recent updates, Night Lords, Everdark Sovereigns were introduced into the game, which are the more difficult versions of the base Night Lords. Yeah, you asked for a harder game, you got it.
For you!
Trust me when I say this, these new Everdark versions will definitely add more flavor to the already interesting gameplay, even though it is objectively more painful.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on, bud. Now you have beaten the Night Lord and gotten some hefty rewards for doing a good job. What's gonna happen next?
Do it again, exactly like you did the last time.
Drop in, farm, fight the boss, down, get a revive, clear it, farm again, clear the next boss, and down again because you're going in trying to solo the Bell-Bearing Hunter. Find the second boss, and everyone dies because we're just that good. Get into the final encounter, and die at the very last 1% HP. Nightreign's road-like experience tests your patience and fortune stats, allowing you to experience the runs in different ways. Some might be duller than the rest, while others give you lots of opportunities to win, and win hard. The boss rush might be a little bit repetitive at first due to the lack of content, but if you're a true Souls player, you'll understand how this new formula has caught the interest of quite an audience. Nightreign has also been designed to be more beginner-friendly than the previous titles. If the chosen undead in Dark Souls 1 had to find out by themselves there was a flower on top of the Asylum Demon for them to deliver the most potent backshot ever, Nightfarers only need to look at the expedition list to see which element is the best against each Night Lord, and have a general direction of what to do in the runs. To an experienced player, the controls and setup for Nightreign are also flexible and easy to adapt, like how swapping weapons in your inventory are just a few clicks and buttons away. Furthermore, new mechanics are added, which don't necessarily have drastic changes to the usual game progression, but enough to make the game feel familiar yet refreshing. If you're a player who are seeking a more chaotic and fast-paced environment while still yearning for the challenging gameplay, this is for you. That was quite the glaze. Now, we come to a bit of criticism. I'm just gonna mention a few things I find quite troublesome personally, so feel free to hold your own piece of opinion. First off, RNG, as I have mentioned, is like a double-edged sword, where one man's treasure is another man's worthless piece of junk. The RNG can benefit you if it gives you the right thing. Well, it's not Revenant's weapon of choice per se, but it's still good witchcraft.
Dude, the witch!
It can also hurt you in so many ways, like hours of getting useless relics. One of the less obvious consequences is the seed randomization. When I mentioned previously about randomized building types on certain locations, map seeds affect those outcomes. Each seed will have specific points of interest at specific locations. This apparently also affects the starting point of your run. It can either be placed between 3 churches, or you're just parachuted in the middle of nowhere. When you're trying to min-maxing your runs, this will absolutely destroy you. No! Grinding is just another part of Nightreign. The more you can grind for drops and relic effects, the higher chance you can win. But what if the time was too short for you to do anything? This feels like a personal rant, but sometimes the farming cycle feels painfully short. You know when you just reached the big castle, cleared the basement dweller, then proceeded upstairs and picked up a relic, only for the timer to run out right away? With casual progression, and in most cases, before day 3, only half the map is cleared. Maybe I'd be happy if they added a visible doomsday timer for me to just keep an eye on. The near-death system is something weird to look at. Sure, it gives me another chance to fight, but sometimes I feel like it's too much work to revive someone with 3 stacks. Or when someone tries to revive me who is having 3 stacks.
Never mind.
I understand there has to be some balance since free unlimited revivals is just not the way to go. But if we have to spend more than half an hour trying to beat O'Neil, at least make it so 2 guys don't have to hyper-focus on my sorry ass while the big man's fighting blizzards ready to wipe everything. I'm not gonna go into the details, but Roguelite has its Roguelite problems. Sometimes you just want to jump into the boss fight immediately, but you need to put down 40 minutes of your life only to get shit-faced on day 2 and have to repeat the whole cycle again. There are mods to help me with the dopamine rush, but no. I want FromSoft themselves to do it so they can give me the dopamine I need after long hours of playing the same game and hating it. I mean, I love it, but seriously, if we could bring back Sekiro's Reflections of Strength in Nightreign and future games, that would be great. And well, bugs. Go figure. While we're at that, I want to talk about something really funny. Communication. What type of communication do you think is the most viable during the expedition in this game? I'm talking about the only thing you can do
You're gonna
in the nick of
crash!
time, while doing your best to hold on to your dear life. If your answer is voice chat, then congratulations, you are absolutely pinging. Pinging the location you want to go to, pinging the target you want to fight, pinging an armament that you want someone else to pick up, which might help them, or just pinging as if you were screaming on top of your lungs, I want you to get to me! We do have emotes in the game, to be fair, but do you think anyone is calm enough when Hoster is dropping the cosmic nuke and blasting your speaker? At this point in time, FromSoft has yet to add a voice chat system into the game, though personally, I'm fine with what we have, because this is not a Call of Duty lobby where the most civilized man in the room would still say the N-word without any guilt or hesitation. From what I've seen so far, only pinging helps you communicate enough, because monkey sees and monkey jumps in. Some players might disagree, but we've gone a long way without a voice chat. And we don't talk about Doctor's Ring. And finally, there's no crossplay, so please work on that, thanks. I have friends on Xbox and PlayStation. Overall, Elden Ring Nightreign is a refreshing title to a long-standing IP, if Dark Souls and Elden Ring counts as one branch. Even though there are some glaring drawbacks, the current content is still pretty much enjoyable. It's still too early to actually give a full review on what this game has to offer, because it would need a 1-hour video, and also because I am too lazy to record. But I hope they'll update more content in the future. Oh, DLC will be released at the end of 2025.